Ooh, I believe we are live. Well, yes, we are live. Happy Sunday, everyone. Chris Tatro with Hometown Hero Outdoors. Figured we got everyone who is coming out of the woods or off the water for a little break midday on a Sunday here, and figured I would just do a little update for the organization here. But we're going to kick this off with our intro video for the organization. Now we got 5,000 new followers on our Facebook page, and our Instagram has really grown in the last couple months too. So just kind of want to give everyone an update about who we are and what our mission is here at the organization. But we're going to kick it off the video quick.
In the land of 10,000 lakes, a remarkable movement was born. Welcome to Hometown Hero Outdoors. We are dedicated to honoring our military service members, veterans, and first responders by providing them with unforgettable outdoor recreational opportunities. We believe those who have served and sacrificed so much for our country and communities deserve a chance to reclaim their spirit and find healing in the great outdoors. This is Hometown Hero Outdoors.
I absolutely love that video. It was made by our buddy Dale Moore over at Rogue Productions with their voiceover from Phil Ewert over at Phil Ewert Productions. I absolutely love it. But it does capture a little bit about who the organization and what we do. So as you can see in the video, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We're based out of Stillwater, Minnesota. And our goal is to do outdoor recreation for military service members, veterans, and first responders. Primary goal of helping with mental health. So we know that isolation is a killer, and we're trying to help with mental health and get people in the outdoors, learn new healthy habits, and do something new. And part of that is through our volunteering. So we have over 170 volunteers across the country. We're all over the Midwest, Colorado, Texas, the East Coast, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and we grow every day. So we're always looking for more help. All of us do this for free, and we're looking to change the lives and help people with new healthy habits in the outdoors. So just want to give a big shout out to our volunteers and everyone that does things for the organization. They take people out either on their own time, in places or spaces that they own and share their knowledge, or we hire guides at time, or we even have volunteers who donate their time. So that's just a high level overview of what we do as an organization. Like I said, we had about 5,000 new followers on our Facebook and a couple thousand new on Instagram recently, and just wanted to touch base with everyone. So we're going to go through a handful of different things here about the organization and just what we have going on lately. So one of the big things I want to point out is our Give to the Max Day. Right now in Minnesota, there's a huge push coming up this next week, and we're going to see it all over the place, called Give to the Max, where people are able to give. And kind of a cool thing about this year is we have a matching donor. So if you want to help the mission, you can donate, and we have a donor who's going to match with $20,000 of that. So that's pretty cool. Just for perspective, costs about $100 per person per day to get them in the outdoors. It's pretty cheap because we do stretch that dollar as far as we can go. So $100 goes a long way. So if you go in the comments, there's a link there for Give to the Max. And if you hook up to it and you go in there and you donate, your $5 could become 10, your 20 would become 40, your 50 becomes 100, and now you just got a person in the outdoors. So just want to give everyone a quick insight as to what that is. Thank you to our donor, Kathy Zielinski, for helping out with that. Really appreciate you. You've been a long-time supporter, so thank you for your assistance on that. You're a great human being, and we know that you're helping us change people's lives for the better, so thank you very much. So let's see if I can take a look at comments here. I know sometimes these don't come through very quick. Yep, we got a few here. So we got a handful of people that are reaching out and saying hi. So these are a little delayed, so I apologize if they're coming in a little slow and I reply slowly here. So my list of talking points for today. So our website, if you have served in these professions, military service member, veteran, or first responder, you go to our website at hometownherooutdoors.org. There's a tab on the top that says Find Adventures. You can look through everything that's available for the organization from our volunteers. However, you're going to have to get verified to join the website. If you click on an adventure you want, if you have never signed up for the website, it's going to ask you to do so if you're unable to sign in. So then if you do sign up, you have to submit your credentials to show that you do have proof of service as any one of those professions. It comes in to us. We verify it usually within 3 business days or less. Obviously, it's business days, so Saturday and Sundays. If you apply then, that 3 business days starts on Monday. You can apply to the website. It'll give you an email showing a confirmation that you joined with the website, and then you can go back on, sign into your account, and you can start applying for these trips. They're done all over the country. Make sure you read through the parameters that are on there to ensure that you fit within those guidelines about what that trip's going to be. Sometimes we have people that donate money that just want to take out a wounded veteran, or someone who just primarily wants to do law enforcement, or someone who wants to do fire. So we make sure you read up on what those requests are on there. But all of our trips are hosted through the website, though. We used to have a little bit more on social media, but we had some issues with some vetting people's backgrounds and professions, so that's why we transitioned all the way to the website. But it's a good platform, and it's been working pretty well. So, all right. So I do got to say again, I'm very thankful for our field staff. Our field staff are people who understand and adhere to our policies. They have a big heart, and they care for others, and they want to help them out in the outdoors. And they are literally the heartbeat of the organization that help us move forward. So they take their extra time. They don't get paid to facilitate this outdoor recreation to help others. And I got to give a big shout out to all our volunteers across all the states. They do a lot of heavy lifting for us, and without them, we would not be here. So the other part is we do have other volunteers who do assist. Maybe it's something that, going back a little bit with our field staff typically engage in our outdoor recreation, but then they also support events. Maybe that's a fundraiser. Maybe that is going to outreach to maybe a local Legion or VFW to talk about the mission. Like, for instance, up here in Minnesota, coming in December, we have the Ice Fishing Expo that's going to happen here in the Twin Cities, and they'll go support that, spend a weekend there, talk to people, spread our mission, get people involved in our mission and whatnot. So that's a handful of what our volunteers do. Other volunteers, we have opportunities that people can engage with. Maybe they just want to support an event or go to a fundraiser or support a specific event that we host every year, like our golf tournament up here in Minnesota as well. Those are different things that they're able to do. Got a big shout out to our donors and our partners, corporate sponsors. Again, without the combination of all these individuals, we are dead in the water and we can't help more people. So big shout out to everyone who has donated to the organization, as well as our sponsors, and turn into friends eventually, because they are so invested in the mission that we get to know them on a personal level, and that we're very grateful for them to be here, because again, we can't do stuff without our volunteers and our partners and donors. So thank you very much. So, all right. Now we are going to talk about staying connected here. So go to our website. You can stay caught up with things that are happening in the organization across the country. There's a newsletter on there, or you can follow any of our social media pages. But the newsletter, we put out pertinent information. Some things on social media get lost in the sauce throughout the week, but every week we do put a newsletter out called Outside the Wire. A lot of the hyperlinks that are on there lead back to the website, and they will show you exactly the things that we have going on, or things that we mentioned. But that's the place to be. Social media is also, we do put out a lot on there too, but things can get buried fast. We post 3 or 4 times a day. So we try to organize everything on the website for people to follow. So one of the big events we have coming up is with our friends over at Sam's Christmas Village. That's in Somerset, Wisconsin here. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm going to share an image. All right. So Sam's Christmas Village, they are a pretty awesome business that's across the river from us here in Minnesota and Stillwater. And every year they put up a ton of lights. I think it's like 5 million different lights they put up, and people get to tour it. So on December 7th, they have partnered with us to, it's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., where we are going to partner with them for Hometown Hero Holiday Night. And on that night, what we're going to do is people who have served as a military service member, a veteran, or a first responder, that's fire, EMS, or law enforcement, you get in for free. And go check that out. So a lot of the things that we're pushing right now is to get people in the outdoors with their family and family members. A lot of lost time, and this is an opportunity to do that. The family members are getting in for half off at 50% rate, and then all the funds that they bring in that night are coming back to the organization to be able to help do more outdoor activities. So we're really grateful for them to do that with us. You know, they understood and hear our mission, and they are very patriotic individuals that support people in these professions. And we're excited to do this with them. And that night, we're going to have some local agencies come out with some fire, EMS, and law enforcement equipment. And we're working hopefully with the National Guard units in Wisconsin there to get some vehicles over there. We're going to make a light tunnel with these vehicles as people come in. So they're going to be there about 3:30 setting up for when the doors open at 5. And then we'll do a meet and greet at the La Pointe building between 6 and 8 p.m. And we're going to have some of the first responders and military personnel in there that everyone can come and say hi to. And we're really going to spread the mission of Hometown Hero Outdoors in there and explain to everyone who we are and what we do, and trying to help more people every day at a time. So I'm excited for that. December 7th, 5 to 8 p.m., Somerset, Wisconsin at Sam's Christmas Village. So as you all know, we have a podcast. We're 3 seasons deep on the podcast. This year is supposed to be season 4. We took a little pause on that. We got some other things in the hopper that we're working on, and that is called the Hero Chronicles TV show. The Hero Chronicles TV show is a TV show that we're developing with the organization, telling people stories. As you know, on our YouTube channel and some of our other social media, we tell people stories about their time in service and what they've sacrificed for us. And really what we're trying to do is showcase their stories to people who may have not served, on the sacrifices that they do give for our safety and our well-being out in the country. So the Hero Chronicles is currently being filmed. We're 4 episodes deep right now. It's going to be airing in the Twin Cities market in Minnesota here, and we're looking to expand into Rochester and Duluth here soon. Those are the next steps. Now we have a lot of awesome sponsors, and if you're looking to help, hopefully, if you're in Minnesota here and you want to help support the TV show in the Rochester and Duluth market, we are looking for businesses who want to sponsor the TV show, and that's in the format of commercials. So we sell 12 packages in each market for TV show commercials. And if you want to support essentially our cause and you support the people that serve this country and our communities, please reach out on there. We're going to expand also into the Dakota markets here at some point, Wisconsin. But then we're really focusing also on Colorado Springs and Denver, Colorado coming up here soon, as well as the Houston, Texas market and San Antonio. And so if you're watching and you're interested, there's a comment on the details, and there's a link in there that you can click on for more information and get in contact with us, or you can shoot us a message on any of our social media stuff, or you can email us at info@hometownherooutdoors.org, and we'll be able to support you with some more information on what the Hero Chronicles is. All right. Texas just wrapped up a pretty awesome golf tournament at the Experian Golf Tournament. I believe it was in the Dallas area, the Dallas Cowboys golf tournament. I hope I got that right. Golf course, I apologize. But Sean Alsberg and our vice president was down there with some of our field staff and also with our partners over at the Harris Ranch in Uvalde, Texas. And that's going to help support getting people to the ranch. And awesome experience. Harris Ranch has been a good partner of ours for several years. And this year they are doing it again. And we're getting more people down to hunt at Harris Ranch for some big whitetails down there. They do a fantastic job. Always great reviews. And actually, we're going to be filming a episode for Hero Chronicles down at Harris Ranch at the end of January. So to all the donors that helped out with that golf tournament, and for all our volunteers that were there, thank you. And also Harris Ranch, thank you for everything you have done for us. So got a couple more things on here, and then we'll get you guys moving. Just real quick, just want to talk about this Italy trip that we went on. So we partnered with some friends over that have a resort in Italy. They actually have a few different locations. And they're all over Italy, so they got a place down in Sicily that they use. But what we did was we did something in the north, and the north was pretty awesome. So we stayed 2 nights at Lake Como in a villa. It was a former World War II headquarters for military planning, and then also I believe the villa was also owned by the artist known as Sting, but now they own it and they host individuals there. They also have a hotel up in the northern Italy area, literally looking at Switzerland. And that's a little bit off the beaten path from your typical tourism area. And it was a fantastic time. So there's also a link in the comments here, or the details area, for interest on that. You can read up on that. But we're going back next October. We injected some military history into this. It was absolutely awesome. We got to go to some Roman spas up in, I can never say it right, Bormo, Italy, which is where the same location of the Winter Olympics that are being held in 2026 are going to be. We visited a village, Livigno, that is up in the Italy northern region as well, where they're doing the snowboarding for the Olympics this year. And we're the first Americans that some people had seen there in a couple of years. So, like I said, off the beaten path. But the Roman spas, like I mentioned, were absolutely fantastic. The hot springs that come out of the mountains, we got to go stay there for a day. Stelvio Pass, absolutely iconic area with going up right up a mountain. You go to about 10,500 foot elevation, and it's recorded as one of the highest areas for mountain warfare in World War II, where there was a huge conflict up there for a couple of years between the Italians, the Swiss, as well as the Austrians, and got to go up there and check that out. So I'm going to play a quick little video here. One of the cool things, too, is we actually did the Red Train, where we went through Italy and went up to St. Moritz, Switzerland, spent some time up there. It was pretty cool. So let me play this video for you. Yeah, so you can see the very ending there at the water. That's one of the spa that we're at in Bormo area. There's family vineyards all over the place. The wines that are there are really don't make it out of Italy much because they make so much, and then the local economy soaks up a lot of it. So we got to try a lot of local wines that really don't make it to America. And it was fantastic. So we're looking to take 15 couples there. We have an interest list that we're building. I think we're up to 19 couples that are on that. It's going to be a first come, first serve basis. We're going to go again next October, which is kind of right outside their heavy tourism season, but the weather's still pretty good. And we're looking forward to going back. So I'm going to be going back with my spouse, and then also some individuals that went with us this first trip are going to come back too. We're going to be more of a liaison to help out with our Italian hosts, as well as with the guests that we're bringing with, and we're injecting more of that military experience in there. And right now it's set up for 8 days and 7 nights with an option add-on. You can add on 2 nights at the Lake Como Villa too, but go to that link that's in the details for this video and you can find it there. All right, on to the next, the Hometown Hero Outdoors store. So we relaunched our updated website a few months ago, probably 6 months ago now, and now we're going to launch our online store. So it's going to be a pre-order only. It's only going to be open for a couple weeks. We have our clothing that we have on there with our partners at Relentless Defender. So hoodies, long sleeve shirts, fishing shirts that are moisture wicking. And then we have some new hats with Clark. Clark has some hats that Clark Outdoor Clothing, Clark Fishing. I apologize. I probably slaughtered it, my friend, but he does some good work. He's on our staff out in Colorado. Got some new Filson hats that we're going to put out there. And then also, for those who don't know about it, Unreal. Well, Unreal is spelled UNRL, a big clothing brand here in the Midwest that's been spreading, but they're more of athletic type gear with different types of materials. And we're going to put out some of those clothing, but that window will be open for about 2 weeks. Then we'll place all the orders for what was pre-ordered, get them here, and then some of us are going to pack them up into bags and we'll ship them out to you and hopefully have them. Our plan is to have everything new before Christmas. So keep your eyes open if you're looking for some stuff. So our Colorado team is looking at planning a gala coming up here for 2026. I'm excited about that. I know they're hustling on that. But then our gala for the Minnesota, our national one, which is our popular one, every year we do a different theme. 2 years ago was Lumberjack, so we wore a lot of plaid and flannels that day. Last year was Northern Lights, so a little bit more elegant, but with the Northern Light theme. This year is going to be our boots, suits, and camo gala. And I'm excited about it because it's a little untraditional, and it's on March 28th here in Stillwater, Minnesota at the JX venue. We have a few more new tweaks every year. We try to adapt some things that we haven't done before to keep it interesting and relevant to the mission as it adapts. But then we also have our friend AJ Anthony Johnson. He's known on social media as "Oh No, It's the Popo." So I love his handle, but he has a phenomenal story where he grew up in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio area, and he didn't exactly have the best upbringing. He ended up being homeless and was running with some of the people that were kind of running the streets and wasn't up to any good. A lot of people getting in a lot of trouble. And then he was taken in by a police officer and kind of found himself in God and became a police officer, and then became a huge community partner with community policing. And so inspirational to hear him speak. I got to meet him through Aaron Slater at Relentless Defender, and we see him every year at Police Week, and we're grateful to know him. And if you want to come to the gala and listen to a speech, this is the time to do it. It's we have people coming from all over the country that check out our evening of fun, but then also support a good cause where we get more people in the outdoors by raising funds that night. But just closed down our Person of the Year nominations. So last year we had Donald Graves. He was the World War II Iwo Jima survivor, was our selectee of our Person of the Year for the 2025 Gala for the 2024 year. And now we just closed down the 2025 Person of the Year nominations. We had 8 nominations that came in. I just sent out to the board all the nominations with our scoring platform, and we'll have a Person of the Year to select from here shortly. So we're going to show who they are by the new year, and hopefully you can be here to meet them, because a lot of these people, it's going to be hard to choose. There's always a lot of good stories here. It's just difficult. There's a lot of good things happening amongst people in this country, even when you see a lot of dark things in the news. And there's people who do care and are giving back. And I wish I could recognize them all. And that's the hope. We're going to try to do our best to at least recognize them all. And before we go out and name who the Person of the Year is, we will tell everyone who all the nominees are. So again, March 28th, 2026, Stillwater, Minnesota at the JX venue. Right now, there's an event on our Facebook page that you can follow for updates. It's going to be on our website. I believe it is on our website right now. We'll put updates there, and then some other locations as well. Hey, Andy, I know this is probably delayed. Andy Lucenhide. I probably slaughtered your last name, but hello, buddy. All right. Talked about the Gala. Now the Lumberjack for our Minnesota, Wisconsin friends. For those who don't know, we have a charitable gambling license here in Minnesota, and that includes us being able to do pull tabs, also known as cardboard crack, and then e-tabs, which is electronic gambling. We have one location in Minnesota, and it's right on the border, right in our hometown in Stillwater. They just changed ownership, so our dear friend Sarah Jesperson sold the Lumberjack, and now it's owned by Larry. We're going to miss Sarah, obviously, but luckily she's local to me, so I get to see her. But I absolutely love Sarah and everything she does for the community and the things that she's given us for opportunities, and now we get to continue that with the new owner, Larry. So we're going to plan on doing a few more events there throughout the year. Part of our gala is going to be with the Lumberjack. So the evening before, we're going to host something at the Stillwater Stills, then we'll end up at the Lumberjack for a while. And then before the gala, our VIP time will be spent at the Lumberjack, plus a little after party at the Lumberjack as well. So for those who don't know, the Lumberjack is in the exact same building as our JX venue, where we're going to have the gala on the top floor, and then the Lumberjack's on the first floor. So works out pretty nicely. We're out in the small little area, but keep an eye open for more events. If you're in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, we're going to do some whiskey tastings, wine tastings, Second Amendment bingos there, maybe some meat raffles. We're doing a mixology class probably. So just some cool things that we're looking to do. But I've rambled on long enough. So I apologize, but thank you all for tuning in. Again, we are at the Give to the Max. This is going to run through in the next week or so here. So again, you can double your giving by donating to Give to the Max. That link is in the details. It's the very first one. And if you give $5, you can turn it to 10. It's $10, it turns into 20. So we have a matching grant, and it's absolutely fantastic. But then for the rest of the information, there's live links in here. If you're looking to volunteer, you can click on that link down there. and it's going to be able to sign you up for, or at least look at what we have for volunteer opportunities, and then we'll reach out to you if you're interested in any of them. But anyways, I've rambled on long enough. So thank you all. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. My plan is to do more of these live streams, just keep organizational updates, and hopefully get more of our staff on here to do these so I don't have to stare at my face every week. So thank you all. Appreciate you all. Have a good day.